Hello, folks. This is Kevin from Good Day, Good Prayers, and I hope you're having a good day. Today is a day when I feel that we need to be in prayer for our president like never before. Whether you like President Trump or whether you don't like President Trump, you need to understand that he is the one who is standing in the way. If America is to survive, President Trump has to be successful. President Trump needs to see spiritually what he needs to do. Right now, much of the time, he is acting in the physical with the strength of the physical. I understand this because my father was in that same very situation. My father was a massive individual and very strong. And what he did was to act in the physical. And he did a lot of great feats, a lot of great things in the physical, and I'm not even going to discuss those things. I was a lot like my father, and there was a small period of time, a small window, that I was also in that kind of situation. But there comes a time in everyone's history when they have to depend on God. You can only do so much in the natural, and then everything has to be done in the spiritual. If you are a spirit-filled Christian and you love the Lord, you also need to love President Trump, because President Trump is the one that stands in the breach between the good that is going to happen and the evil that wants to happen. The problem is, if he gets removed, it's going to be very difficult to be able to survive as a nation. It's going to be very difficult to survive as a world. Now, there are people all over who want to see President Trump being successful, and we should all be in that particular realm. We should all want to see him being successful. The people who don't want to see him being successful are the people that are going to stand in the way of our survival. Now, I don't care if you are a person out there that speaks out against President Trump, or if you are somebody that is in the government or in some other place, and you are doing some of the things that go against what President Trump is trying to do. President Trump is finding people, even within his own administration, that are not the people that he had thought they were. It's going to be very difficult when he finds out who some of these people actually are, who is actually working on the side of the deep state and the globalists, and who is actually working on his side. It's going to be very difficult for him to have to deal with that. He needs a lot of prayer. He's not a young man anymore. He is in his late 70s and will soon be 80 years old. He's one of the strongest men that I have ever known in the natural. And like I said, I understand that because that's who my father was. But there came a time when my father had to seek the face of God. And that time is long past for President Trump. He needs to get as close to the Lord as he can. But I'm going to tell you, you need to get as close to the Lord as you can as well, because this situation is very dire. I believe it's too late to try to get some of the people that are against President Trump to come to our camp. I think it is high time that we pray fire and brimstone down upon those people that are against him. I see in the very near future a huge, huge group of people that suddenly cease to exist. Now, I believe that what I am seeing is the people that are against the United States and are against the people in the world. Now, when we say globalists, we're not talking about people that are in favor of the globe. We're talking about people that are in favor of taking down everyone that is on the face of the globe. They want to destroy the people. That's the same thing with the Illuminati. That is the same thing with the deep state. That is the same thing with all of those other groups and organizations out there. They want to take down the people. Their goal was to take America down first. We have gone well beyond that. It was supposed to be December 31st of 2024. And it was going to happen while Hillary was the president. Because of the fact that they did not win that, because they didn't get that opportunity, they have filled the government, and specifically the administration, with people who are demonic. And these people need to be taken out. A lot of people pretend to be Christians. A lot of people pretend, and they wear the things that they think they need to wear in order to get you to think that they are who they're not. They want you to think they're on your side, when in all actuality, they're on the side of demons. And so you need to be able to discern who these people are. You need to discern what these people are. And if there is any hope for the people who are liberal in this country, people who are Democrats in this country, to come back from the position that they're in and make it back to a place where they can also be praying for President Trump, we need to have that. And we need to have that right now. If you're not going to be that person, then step out of the way, because you'll be taken out of the way if you're not careful. This is Kevin from Good Day, Good Prayers, and I want you to have a good day.